Good morning, and today on Wayne's Lock Shop we're going to be decoding and working on this dual custody or master keyed Kwikset Smart key system. These are very popular in apartment complexes, and this key up here will not accept the standard Kwikset blank. Okay, this key works down here on the renter key, if that's what you want to refer to it as. The user key, the change key, or the renter key works on the bottom. However, for building complexes that need to have key control with a master key that overrides everything, this key will not fit in this cylinder in any way, shape, or form. This key blank does. Okay, so it fits right in there, and I believe it actually fits in the bottom one too. But don't quote me on that one just yet. No, it does not fit in there. The nice part about when they designed the LockTech Smart Key Decoder tool is that they actually designed the milling so that this tool will fit in both keyways. Okay, so we're going to actually make a control key or a master key for this particular lock. We have the blank here, we just need to decode it. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that this will definitely decode the bottom lock as well. So if you have this tool, you could make a renter key for the individual user, or if you have the blanks, you could actually make a master key. So what we're going to do first is go ahead and decode the top cylinder. Now I am going to tell you that let's just go ahead and take a look inside here. We may get a better reading if we take this scalp off. Okay, so right there. Okay, you can see might have a little bit of a difficult time reading that. However, if we pop this scalp off real quick, that's going to be a whole lot easier to do. Okay, so now see how I can see much better. Look at the concave there, and then compare that to here. Okay, we can definitely see that that's going to be a 5. So our first cut is going to be a 5. Okay, and then just go ahead and take a look at this, and I'll show you what it looks like with that cap back on and how much difference just that little cap actually makes. Okay, we shove that back in. We're not seeing the same image. We're not in far enough. It needs to go in just a skosh more. So you could either leave that off and just do it manually. Okay, and pull out just a slight tiny little bit more than you normally would. Right there. Okay, so we have that again. You can do it 3 different ways. You can pull the cap off, or you can just do it manually without using the spacer blocks on here. Okay, this way I'm going to do it with the spacer blocks just to make it easier for you to follow along. So we did one. Number 1 is decoded as a number 5. Okay, and then I kind of shake it back and forth so you can see this part move in there. Then I'm going to do a number 2, my number 2 cut. Okay, see if we can see that in there. So see it in there? Now we can see it. That's why I give it that little bit of jiggle. Now you can see we've got 2 little indicators right here. We're going to be looking at it like this. This is our indication chart, and you've got 1 and 2 right here. Okay, that's going to be 1 and 2 little notches up above. So I'm going to definitely say that this is a 1. Then we're going to go to the number 3 block, number 3 cut. Okay, I can actually adjust that light in there so I can see what the heck we're doing. And again, once we push it in all the way, here we are again. You can definitely see 1, 2, 1, 2. Very easy to tell that this is a 1. A 1's probably the easiest one to recognize. 1 is going to be the easiest one to recognize. It's going to be very distinct. Okay, so now we take that off, check for the 4th cut, make sure you shove it in all the way properly. I like to give it a little wiggle back and forth. Okay, and here you go. Now we've got 1 at the bottom. Now that could be a 4, it could be a 5. I'm definitely going to say it's not a 3 because it's not a solid bar. We've got this little shadowing spot here. I'm going to call it a 4 simply because I don't see the shiny bit on the round down here. We should see just a little tiny bit more if it was a 5. Could be a 5, but I'm going to call it a 4. And then whenever I'm in doubt, I'll just write it out underneath. I'm 1000% positive on my 5, 1, and 1 here. I'm 90% sure that it's a 4, but I'm going to write out 2 cuts just in case. Okay, that's number 4, and then the very last one. Okay, we've got the same thing again. Okay, so whatever the number 4 cut is, this is going to be the same cut. Okay, right there. So I'm just going to call it a 4-5 again. And that's my code decoded. That's my lock decoded. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out on the TRITON key machine and see what happens. All right, so it's going to be a little difficult to do one-handed, but I'll do the best that I can. So we're going to start that off there, tighten the jaw down a little bit. And I have the guard off. I know the only reason I'm doing that is so that I can do a demonstration and actually get video of the key cutting. Do not ever take your guard off. Make sure you have your guard on at all times. I have safety glasses on as I'm doing this, so there's no risk of shrapnel getting in my face or my eyeballs. Okay, that's why we have the guard. So then we're going to come up here. We're going to tell this what to do. You can do input if you want. And then we're going to do 5. What did we decode it as right here? 5, 1, 4, 4. So we're going to do 5, 1, 1, 4, 4. Beautiful. No decimal point. Okay. And I really love how easy this machine works. Okay. Decode, cut, picture, cut. Let's make it wavy. Okay. Make sure that we've got a number 2 milling in the cutter. We can check that if we want to. Also, make sure your work area is really, really clean on here. If we wanted to check this, we can check. I know that it's a 2mm, but we're going to go ahead and check just for the sake of it here. Okay. Try not to let them drop like that. That's not very good for them. And let's see if we can get this to focus on here. 0.02. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, 0.02. Got it. All right, so then that sucker is going to go right back up in there. Hopefully I can get it to just hang on for 1 second here. I can get it tight. Okay. Make sure it's pressed all the way in, and then just tighten it down a little bit. Okay, no need to be crazy tight. A little flex of the wrench, it's going to be good to go. Now that we've verified that we have the correct cutter, I'm going to hit OK. Okay, make sure the jaw is free of debris. And now we're going to be cutting the master key for this. Okay, it's just warming up. Getting calibrated, telling it what to do. Going to say done here in just a second. Your key is cut. All right, so we're going to take this off. And then let's see if it works. There's our key right there. A wavy cut. Okay, and voila. We stick this in our lock. And wouldn't you know it, success. Look at that. So we just made a master key for this Kwikset dual custody, or their master keyed style smart key deadbolt. Pretty cool stuff, right? Okay, it will also do the exact same thing to make a key for the bottom portion of it. So if you have any questions with that, it works the exact same way. You just flip it around and then you can decode the bottom lock and make a key for that as well. We'll do that next.